Tonight we're going to be talking about surviving summer with essential oils, and I just want to thank you all for spending part of your night with me, spending part of your week with me. It means a lot to me that you're taking the time out to be here and learn about essential oils. And I really think about essential oils like one tool in my tool belt for leading a balanced life, for leading a happy life, for leading a more natural life, which is definitely something I've been craving for the last 5 to 10 years probably. Just moving away from, depending so much on the things that I find from my doctor, from the things that I find in the department store or grocery store, and just relying more and more on my essential oils. Not that I don't love my doctor and my grocery store when I need them, but just, really having everything in my home that I need for any given situation has been awesome. So tonight we're talking about specifically oils for the summer, but we'll definitely cover things that we use all year round. And I'm really pumped for this topic because summer is my favorite season if I had to choose from all four. So we're gonna dive in. Again, if you have the printout, you can follow along. I'm going to kind of skip over the first page where it gives just a lot of practical information that I know most of you know. But for those of you that are new, the word doTERRA means gifts of the earth. So doTERRA is a wellness company specializing in essential oils and other natural products. They've been around for over 11 years now, and it was founded by 7 people that actually used to work for and be part of Young Living, and then they just branched off on their own and created their own business, and it's now the largest essential oil business in the world, which is pretty cool. So we have people, as far as Mexico, China, Thailand, Australia, all over the world using these oils. There's millions and millions of people using these oils. So how do we use essential oils? We can use them 3 different ways. We can smell them, we can touch them, and we can taste them. So smelling them is as simple as grabbing your bottle, taking your cap off, opening your bottle, and waving it right under your nose. I grabbed fennel here. That's what I have in hand. So that's one way to use your oils, by smelling them. And another way to use your oils by smelling them is to open a bottle. I grabbed lavender, which I know one of you just mentioned getting as one of your first oils. So you can take a drop into your palm. Lavender is a mild oil, which means almost anyone can use it undiluted without adding a lotion or a carrier oil to it. So you can take that drop into your palm, rub your palms together, cup them over your face, and breathe in and out. So lavender is calming and soothing to the skin, calming and soothing to the emotion. I always like to put the extra in my hair when I have the oil on my hands. Lavender, which we'll talk about in depth later, is also calming and soothing to the skin, so great to use in our sunburn relief spray. So if you're out in the summer sun and you get some sunburn, lavender is one of the key ingredients in that sunburn relief spray. So we can also diffuse our essential oils. Many of you have seen or at least heard of diffusers. So I have my diffuser going. There it is, way back there. And in there I have some peppermint, which is energizing, and some wild orange, which is also energizing and uplifting. So we can smell our oils by diffusing them. Also, using diffuser jewelry. So I put some drops on my diffuser bracelet here. And diffuser jewelry is any type of jewelry that has beads that are porous. So the beads are going to be made of leather, wood, or dried lava. Something that's porous, that when you put the drop of oil or the few drops of oil into it, the oils are really gonna soak into that porous surface that you've applied them to. So it's really fun to use diffuser jewelry, especially, with kids, maybe with your spouse, with someone who's not really interested yet in wearing oils on their skin or in their hair, but they're a little more open to that idea of jewelry. It's just a fun, easy intro to the oils. Yes, and Christine said, I started using the peppermint with citrus oils and she loves it. Me too. Mint and citrus always pair really, really well together. It's a great, great combo. So we can use our oils by smelling them, like I said, diffusing them, smelling them from the bottle, wearing our diffuser jewelry. We can also use them by touching them, which means when we use them topically, applying them to our skin. So this is the one we want to be careful with. Not all oils are created equal. So I'm only speaking to the doTERRA oils. I'm not necessarily speaking about the ones you're going to find at the gas station for like 75 cents. Those are most likely going to have some man-made synthetic ingredients in them, where all of the doTERRA oils are only using the plant or the fruit or the herb or the tree to extract the oils from it. So they're definitely the purest, unadulterated or unadded to oils that we can find available to us. So when we use them topically, we're often going to be diluting them with a carrier oil or an unscented lotion. So that would be coconut oil, almond oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, even olive oil if you're in a pinch. Yes, let's see. So someone told me that you can't put on your skin, and I stated I do. They did not have doTERRA. Yeah, that's really common. So when you read the bottles of essential oils, many of them will say, you know, don't use them on your skin, like caution. So always look out for that. That's a really great indicator that there's synthetic ingredients added to the oils if people are, you know, not wanting to put them on their skin. Yeah. So when we place them onto our skin, often we're looking for a result. So what I'll start off with is talking about Deep Blue, which is our soothing blend. We have Deep Blue in the essential oil, but we also have it in the rub. So the rub is the essential oils already diluted in unscented lotion. So if I were to take my bottle of Deep Blue and put a couple drops in my hand, I would be able to cover, you know, maybe a really small area, like maybe like a, you know, a silver dollar size of my shoulder I could cover with that oil. But if I take the Deep Blue rub, which again is the essential oil and the lotion already mixed together, if I just do like a little, you know, pea-size amount like that on my finger, I can cover a much larger area. Like I can cover my whole, you know, my whole shoulder there. I'm gonna have to do the other side now because that's so nice. But I can cover a much larger area because that oil has been diluted into the lotion. It's also not gonna feel quite as strong. So for example, with the Deep Blue rub, because it has wintergreen and peppermint in it, it will be very cooling. It will kind of make your skin cold, like an icy hot or Tiger Balm or a BioFreeze. So it's gonna be really cooling. And sometimes when you use just the oil, that cooling sensation is too intense. Especially if you're using the oils on children, it's always important to dilute. So we can use our oils topically by applying them to our skin. Not all oils are meant to go on the skin. Not all oils are created equal. So I would only encourage you to use the doTERRA brand because I know it's safe. And if you're questioning whether or not the oil that you want to use should be applied to your skin, a really great guide is this book called Modern Essentials. They actually give you a guide in here of every oil talking about whether it's safe to be applied to the skin or not. And they also have an app. So if you don't want to have, you know, the book to have to go to, you can purchase the app. I believe it's like maybe $6 or $7 for the app. And then you could look up things on your phone on the go and have a really great guide. And then as an essential oil mentor, when you become part of my team, that's something you could always reach out to me, you know, and you could say like, hey, I'm about to apply this, you know, oregano oil onto my skin. And I would say, wait, no, stop, hold the phone. Oregano oil is going to absolutely burn your skin. It's a very strong oil, and I don't suggest ever applying that to your skin, especially undiluted. So that's what's really cool about the doTERRA business model is that when you purchase your oils, you get your own personal wellness advocate, someone to help you on your journey. So you're not looking on the internet and seeing, you know, 15 conflicting pieces of advice about what you should do. You can reach out to me as a real live human. And if I don't know the answer, I can reach out to my mentor, I can reach out to my team, and I can do the research in the books I have. So last way we can use our oils, again, we're going through smelling them, touching them, and the last one is tasting them. Certain oils can be ingested. We can add them under the tongue, 1 drop. We can add them to our food and our drinks. So with doTERRA, They have made it really simple. How do you know which bottle is safe to ingest versus which one is not recommended? If it's able to be added to food or drinks, it's going to have this little supplement facts box on it. If it's not suggested to be added to food or drink, it's simply going to list your ingredients. So when you're trying to decide, oh, can my rosemary oil be added to my potato recipe that I'm making? You just look for that supplement facts box. And if your supplement facts box is there, you're good to go. You can add the drop in. And like I mentioned on our last call, whenever you're using the oils in your food and drink, you want to use a glass or metal container for your drinks. You don't want to add the oils to a plastic water bottle. And if you're using them in food recipes, add the oils at the last moment possible. So we want to do it when that recipe has come off the heat and it's like the last moment possible that you could add in. So for example, if I'm roasting potatoes, I'll roast them in the oven first with the olive oil, the salt and pepper. And then when I take them out, I'll put them into a bowl, add a drop of rosemary oil, maybe add a little more salt and pepper and a little bit of olive oil, and then go from there. And the reason why is that when the heat is, applied to the oils, it's going to change the structure of the oil. So just to get the oil in its kind of most pure form and to get the oil in its like most unaltered state, you should add it at the last moment possible. It's not like it's going to hurt you if you do add it in the beginning, but just for the best results and the most like health benefits that you can still get from your oils, add them in as late as possible in your recipes. All right, so let's dive into the fun part. So fun in the sun is where we're starting because when I think of summer, I think of sun. And the first one we're gonna talk about is peppermint. So if you have your peppermint oil, I wish you guys could see my living room table here. There's like all these oils everywhere. So if you have your peppermint, you can grab it. And what you're gonna do is take a drop into your palm. Peppermint is energizing. It's also cooling. It also opens the airways. So once you've got that drop in your palm, you're gonna make a fist. Take your flat hand and place it against the pinky side of that fist. And just open up a little bit in there and you're gonna take a couple of slow, gentle breaths through your mouth. So it opens the airways. It's great for digestion. It's just kind of fun because it makes it cool all the way down your throat into your lungs. And yeah, it's really great. So if you're an allergy sufferer like I am, this is absolutely an essential oil. So peppermint can be used in a cooling spray. It's kind of like air conditioning in a bottle. You can fill up a 5 milliliter bottle or bigger with 10 to 15 drops of peppermint and then add some water. Pop that baby in your fridge so it gets really, really nice and cool. And then when you take it out of the fridge, shake it up, spray it all over. You want to, of course, avoid your eyes. And then you're not only going to smell great like peppermint, but you're going to actually be cooled by that. So that's perfect for in the summertime, especially when we're all running on hotter temperatures. The next one we're going to talk about is lavender and peppermint essential oil on sunburn. So I mentioned that one earlier. So lavender helps to calm and soothe the skin, and peppermint offers a cooling feeling. So when you pack those two together, I also like to throw in a little bit of frankincense because that's really just healing to the skin, really helps to like smooth the skin, reduce the appearance of any wrinkles or imperfections in the skin. When you pair those three together, lavender, peppermint, and frankincense, it makes an awesome sunburn relief spray, which I'll give you guys the recipe for in a bit here. And then next we're going to talk about lemon. I know we talked about this last time. So for those of you that were on the last call, this is, just a little review, right? So our lemon oil and all of our citrus oils are known as our happy oils. They're uplifting to our mood and our emotions. They are energizing. And yeah, they're just really uplifting. So especially great in the morning and especially great in the summertime if you've had a long day and you have like a little bit more that you have to do or you have a nighttime engagement that you have to attend. Great to have your citrus oils around. One way you can use it is to lighten your hair. So you can put it in a spray bottle with water and spray it onto your hair before you spend some time in the sun. Again, just make sure you shake up the spray bottle and you're spraying it onto your hair. We want to keep the citrus oils off of our skin if we're going to be out in the sun for long periods of time, because they can cause skin sensitivity. So you wouldn't want to apply them to your skin, but if you want to lighten up your hair, that's a great natural way to do it. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about enjoying the outdoors. So I already mentioned our Deep Blue, the Soothing Muscle Blend, and our Deep Blue Rub. I know for me in the fall, in the summer, and in the spring, I'm a heck of a lot more active than the winter. And at the beginning of this season, you know, I want to go on all these hikes and all these bike rides, and I just become like this super active person when the weather gets nice and I can be outside. So usually that results in me overdoing it. I'm not really that great at moderation. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really that great at moderation. So I usually think the hike I could do like at the end of last summer when I had worked my way up to it is like the first hike that I should do at the beginning of the summer season. And that usually results in some soreness, like in my knees and in my lower back, maybe in my shoulders if I had a heavy backpack on. And these two are going to be really good for muscle and joint support, muscle and joint pain relief. So this one is one that my dad uses. And if you've met my dad, I don't think any of you have met him, but if you meet my dad, he's just not the type of dude that would be really open to essential oils. He's like, you know, he's a construction worker. He's got a Harley tattoo. He just thinks everything my mom and I do is totally woo-woo and fairy and off the wall, and we're okay with that. But I've gotten him to use the Deep Blue Rub because his hands are getting really sore. He's in his late 50s and been working construction since he was, you know, my mom and I are totally hippy dippy. Yeah, so he's been working construction since, you know, he graduated high school. He's such a hard worker. And I got him to use the Deep Blue Rub on his hands because his hands are really sore after just, you know, days and days, months and months, years and years of work. And it really helped his hands, you know, like his knuckles and his palms. And now he keeps a bottle in his truck, which I'm really proud of. He keeps a tube of this in his truck. And it's just really, really helpful for joint support. And I've also had a lot of people on my team that have arthritis use the Deep Blue Rub regularly and get a lot of relief in the joints. So I definitely suggest the Deep Blue Rub, which again is the Deep Blue already in the unscented lotion. And then the Deep Blue oil itself, you can add to coconut oil or another carrier oil. And if you do not have sensitive skin, you may be able to apply this on neat, which means undiluted. Yeah, and Christine's saying her back was out and it helped so much. I'm so glad to hear that and glad that you remembered to use it. You know, one of the most important things when we get these oils is putting them in the right places in our homes so that when we have any type of issue, that light bulb goes off to grab the oils and try those, maybe even before we turn to, you know, the Advil or the Tylenol. Like if I have a headache, I'll try rubbing the peppermint on my temples. And then if if like an hour later my headache is still there, maybe then I take some Advil. I mentioned to you gals last time how I'm not like completely opposed to modern medicine. So yeah, let's see. The Deep Blue Rub oil, can I add that to any brand of lotion? Yeah, I would say as long as it's an unscented lotion, you don't want to be adding it to lotion that already has a lot of scent to it because the smells might not mix together, but as long as you have unscented lotion, yes. And if you don't, doTERRA makes a great unscented lotion. Yeah, and Natasha's saying, I tried a sample of Deep Blue and really liked it. I too was debating the oil or the lotion. And if you're debating it, my suggestion is the lotion because I'm all about convenience, right? Like I can be lazy, right? So if I have to mix it with my own stuff, some days it doesn't happen. If I can grab it and use it, yeah, the lotion's where it's at. And Christine is seconding that. Are there any other uses really for the oil? Nope, the deep blue oil you wouldn't really diffuse because it's meant for the soothing muscles. So I would say you're only going to be using your deep blue oil and your deep blue rub topically on your skin. So if you're debating one or the other, go for this one. I think most of the time when people get the little bottle, it's when they have the desire to make their own blends, right? So they want to get like maybe coconut oil or shea butter, and they want to like have their own jars and be mixing this with other oils because they have a desire to create their own concoctions. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so what are the elements in the deep blue? So in our deep blue blend, there is wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, heliochrysum, blue tansy, German chamomile, and osmanthus. So this has a lot of different oils already blended into it. You're welcome. All right, so after long hikes, bike rides, or days filled with lots of swimming, use the deep blue. Deep blue is safe to use on the kiddos too. You might just have an unscented lotion nearby if your kids are, you know, like younger than teenagers. It might need a little extra diluting. And next thing we're going to talk about, still on the subject of being outdoors, is one thing that I think no human should live without. My friend in Hawaii buys this like 10 tubes at a time. It's the TerraShield Outdoor Blend. So this is our bug and insect repellent blend. And this is going to protect against bugs and ticks. This blend is full of fantastic oils that can repel pesky bugs. There are some other great repellent oils like lemongrass, geranium, and cedarwood. So again, I'll send this to you guys in notes, but if you're taking your own notes, other great repellents are lemongrass, geranium, and cedarwood. So TerraShield, the outdoor blend, comes in this little bottle. And what I find is that a little bit goes a long way with this. So I'm not spraying it all over my body. I usually do one spray on each arm and then rub it in. One spray on my face and head area, rub it in, and then one spray on each leg and foot and rub it in. So I'm doing about 5 sprays per body. So the first time I got this in the mail, it was kind of like anticlimactic. I was like, wow, I'm going to go outside one time and use this, right? Because that was my experience with other bug sprays, was that I had to, first of all, I had to like hold my breath or gag, right? Because the smell was so awful. It's kind of like if you remember being a kid when you got bug spray or sun lotion, sunscreen on, and your mom would be like, okay, here I come. And you would go like, right? And like get all sprayed down. That was me anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weirdo, but anyway, you don't have to do that with this. It smells really good. And I've been out to a lot of different places over the last few years of using this. Thank you, Natasha, for being with me, girl. I love you. I have been to a lot of places over the last few years where I'll spray this on and people are like, ooh, what's that smell? It smells really good. And there's nothing like a nice little ego boost to be like out on a hike, sweating your ass off, to spray this and have someone say, oh, what's that smell? You smell good. And you're like, wow, I smell good. That's me, right? So I highly, highly recommend this. When my mom was in Peru, all of her friends were getting completely eaten alive by the mosquitoes until they mentioned it to her and she started sharing her TerraShield. And her friends now also will order this pretty regularly from me. So if you do get the spray, yes, and Natasha's saying it's the one that she uses with her dogs. Yeah, Natasha, I remember us talking about that. Absolutely. So if you get it in the spray, it's great to have with you, you know, in your purse or your bag when you're out and about. And then if you get it in the bottle, that would be more for adding to your diffuser bracelet. You could certainly add a few drops to your hands and rub it through your hair before you leave the house. Again, if you are diluting it in unscented lotion, you could be applying it right to your skin. And then also if you have like a travel diffuser, a lot of people have a diffuser that's like battery powered. So if they go out on a little picnic or they go camping with their family, they will take that portable battery powered diffuser with them and get the TerraShield going in the diffuser for when they're camping overnight or just even out for a couple hours at a park in a, you know, having a picnic. So I highly, highly recommend TerraShield. I can't say enough good stuff about it. And I've had countless people just write me like text messages or send me like a quick email just saying, oh my God, thank you. I'll never buy another bug spray again. And what I love about it is that, you know, I'm not gagging on it when I'm spraying it and when I'm applying it to my skin. I feel like I'm taking better care of my skin. You know, the skin is the largest organ of our body. And because we wear that organ on the outside, it's really, really easy to forget that. But everything we apply to our skin is being absorbed through that organ and moving through our other organs, right? So the liver like filters and processes every single thing we put onto or into our bodies. So I just feel like it's a nice sweet break for my liver, and I'm making up for like my high school years when I was a little rowdy and would like, you know, drink a couple Zimas in the woods with my friends. I'm like, okay, liver, we're not going to do that anymore. I'm going to take better care of you in my 30s than I did in my teens, right? So that TerraShield is awesome. And like I said, other great repellent oils are lemongrass, geranium, and cedarwood. I have those three here. Lemongrass is also one that I love to put on my wool dryer balls. So if you use dryer sheets, you can replace them with wool dryer balls. It'll definitely save you money over time because those dryer sheets can be pricey. And it smells really, really good. Lemongrass makes your laundry smell incredibly fresh. Carol's saying, I am a big lotion user. What would be good for my face? Yeah, so we have a couple different oils. doTERRA makes also a whole skincare line, Carol. So I use the one called Virage. There's also a skincare line called HD Clear, which is more for acne-prone skin. Yeah, Virage, V-I-R-A-G-E. And the Virage skincare system is 4 parts. So it's a face wash. Maybe it's 5 parts. Let's see. It's a face wash, then a toner, then a hydrating serum, and then a lotion. So it's a 4-part system, and I absolutely love it. My skin is great. I had problem skin as a teen, and then a little bit more in my early 30s when I went off birth control. I had like a year of like being a teen again, basically, when my hormones were figuring themselves out. But the Virage skincare line is awesome. I highly recommend it. I've used all 3 of the skincare lines. There's HD Clear, Virage, and there's one other. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'll make sure to get you the product guide so you can check it out. Yes, I love the sun too. I used to lay out on my roof in my bathing suit, like on the hot, on the hot shingles on the roof. I would just like lay there. I love the sun too. So we talked about lavender essential oil. It's fantastic for the skin as well. You can apply it to bug bites, bee stings, or minor rashes to promote healing. Frankincense is also really great for the skin. Frankincense is known as the king of oils. It's calming and soothing to the skin the same way that lavender is, and it's also really healing to the skin. So like I mentioned, it reduces some of the, appearance of age, which is happening for all of us, right? Regardless of our age, we're older now than we were at the start of this call. But it can help with like blemishes, fine lines, things like that. And it gives the skin a really, really nice, healthy glow. So I add often lavender, frankincense, or rose. I love those 3 in my face lotion. And I think I mentioned on our last call, I don't have the rose with me, but I'll take either a roller of like rose or frankincense or the other one, lavender, and I'll roll it under my eyes when I get out of the shower. So just one swipe across either space underneath the eye. Yeah, so if you have a fungus under your toenail, I recommend Melaleuca, which is more commonly known as tea tree. That oil is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. And what you can do with Melaleuca, got that right here. Yeah, it smells. It has a little bit of like a medicinal smell. So you can add a drop to every toenail and every fingernail when you get out of the shower and be really, really consistent with that. And the fungus should go away over time. And when we get a fungus on the outside, it's sometimes, tea tree and Melaleuca are the same thing. Yep. So if you have a fungus on the outside, it's usually because it's living on the inside. And the first time I heard that, I was like, oh shit. But it's not as bad as it might sound. I know to me, I was like, what am I going to do? But you can also take this oil internally. So there's some recipes in Modern Essentials. You inherited it from your mom. Thanks, Mom, right? I'm sure she gave you a lot of amazing things too. So it all balances itself out. The roller under the eyes can be rose oil, frankincense oil, or lavender oil. And I would suggest just choosing one and putting one swipe under each eye and then changing it up. Yeah, changing it up every couple days or every couple weeks so you're not using the same one all the time. So the Melaleuca, which is also more commonly known as tea tree, you could put a drop on every fingernail and every toenail when you get out of the shower. And like I said, do that really consistently, really regularly. I've had a lot of people have success with clearing up fungus that they've had for years from like a not so great pedicure or, you know, like the shower at the gym, whatever it is. So yeah, stick to that. The Melaleuca, just a drop on every fingernail and every toenail when you're fresh out of the shower is the best time. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Breathe. Breathe is our blend for respiratory support. In the age of COVID, this one has gotten to be like a precious essential oil because of all the respiratory effects of this virus going around. So I love to diffuse Breathe. I diffuse 6 drops. Any time of day is great, but I especially like this one when I'm going to be sleeping. When we are sleeping, our body heals. So I love this in the diffuser. I think it's a game changer for anyone with asthma or allergies or someone that suffers a lot from regular colds, bronchitis, things like that. And I also put that one on my diffuser jewelry a lot, especially if I'm going to do a yoga practice or go out for a big hike or walk. This one really helps open the airways. This blend has laurel leaf, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, which is the one we were just talking about, lemon, and cardamom in it. It smells fantastic. When I get sick, I rub this onto my chest, right? Like when I was a kid, it was Vicks Vapor Rub. These days it's Breathe. And I rub that onto my chest. And then because I'm not feeling well, I'm usually pretty warm. And as my chest warms up, those vapors come up into my nose and it really helps me to feel better. They also make Breathe respiratory drops. So this is the Breathe oil in a throat drop. So I love to have these in my bag. A lot of the times when I'm teaching yoga, sometimes people just start coughing. You know how that cough happens where you're like, oh no, I'm coughing and I'm not going to be able to stop and I'm like in a public setting. This is what I give someone that is happening to because that's happened to me through allergies and I know that feeling. So these give instant relief. I also use them a lot in the morning if I'm going out to walk the pup and I'm not quite awake yet. I find them super invigorating and they help wake me up. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, so we talked about the Melaleuca already. You can use Melaleuca, which is tea tree, along with lavender oil to ease discomfort from poison ivy, poison oak, or poison sumac. So I can share out some recipes for that. If anyone's interested, just let me know. And now we're gonna shift to talking about travel. So you always wanna travel with your oils because if they're at home, you can't use them, right? So On Guard is the biggest one for travel. This is our protective blend. You can use it before, during, and after travel to boost your immunity. So I grabbed the 10 milliliter roller because this one is already diluted in fractionated coconut oil. So when you take your On Guard, you can do a swipe on your wrists, rub your wrists together, breathe. And in this blend, we've got, let's see, wild orange clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. It's always sold out. This is another one that's become super precious during COVID because it boosts our immunity. So yeah, they're working on getting it back in stock. I keep looking and I'll keep you guys posted as soon as things change. I know if you're an LRP customer, which means loyalty rewards points, meaning you place an order once a month, they do have 15 milliliter bottles. which is the 250 drops. They do have those available to the LRP members. So let me know, if you need some help with that, Christine, I can help you with that and maybe get you something in my next order to kind of hold you over until they put it back in stock. So these 10 milliliter roller bottles are already diluted in coconut oil. They're going to be easiest for traveling, right? Because you're not going to have to fumble with your carrier oil and your regular oil bottles and all that extra stuff. You can roll this onto your wrist like I just showed. You can also roll this onto the bottoms of your feet. So the bottoms of our feet have the largest pores in our whole bodies. So rolling the oils onto the bottoms of your feet are the fastest way to get them into your bloodstream. So I love On Guard year round, but especially when I'm traveling. And they also make the On Guard protecting throat drops. And we've gone crazy for On Guard. It's one of the most popular items. And in addition to the throat drops and the roller bottle, they have the regular 15 milliliter bottles. They have toothpaste, laundry soap, foaming hand wash, which is out of stock. I had to buy regular hand soap. I was so sad. I was at the grocery store and I was like, oh my God, I haven't bought this in years, but it's been sold out for a little bit. I'm hoping it will come back in stock soon. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted. There's On Guard toothpaste. There's a whole world of On Guard. Okay, great. And Christine's saying she just added it to her order. They are available as of today. That's awesome. That's good news. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So, let's see, what else? Yeah, so Carol, I can help you with ordering. If you want to place an order, you and I can hop on a call and just discuss kind of exactly what you need and make sure you get the right package to start you off. doTERRA has a lot of kits already put together that have many of the oils that I've talked about tonight. Yeah, I can help you with an order. We can chat tomorrow for sure. So, okay, moving along, let me just do a quick time check. I want to be really mindful of your time here. Yeah, cool. Okay, awesome. I could talk about this all night, so I have to check the time. Okay, so we already talked about peppermint. So one more thing I want to say about peppermint is it helps with nausea. So I know that we have a woman on the call who's expecting a little one. So I think that's really important to say. But also if you're traveling and you or someone you're traveling with gets car sick, peppermint is a game changer for that. You can put peppermint in your little car diffuser. You can put peppermint into your hand. They even make little peppermint beadlets where you can put one under your tongue and just let it dissolve. And peppermint really, really helps with nausea. Another thing that helps with nausea is our ginger oil or our ginger drops. I love these ginger drops. They're ginger and lemon essential oil in a drop, and they're for what they call a sour stomach. These just taste good, and they are literally like in a little candy bowl on my table. So instead of popping like a Sour Patch Kid in, to my mouth, I'll pop a ginger drop in. They're really tasty and they help with nausea. Another thing that can really help with motion sickness, like if you're on a long car ride or at an amusement park ride, I don't even know if amusement parks are a thing anymore, but I think that they're going to still be a thing. We have Digest Zen, which is our digestive blend. Now, I shared with you guys last time, whoever was on this call, this one is a game changer for people that are not sure essential oils are real. This one you can rub onto your stomach and within 1 to 3 minutes at the most, feel relief. So I've already been at a restaurant where something I ate did not agree with me, like it was too rich or just something didn't sit right. And I was like running to the bathroom and I literally thought, oh shit, I'm going to have to leave. Like I'm going to have to leave dinner. Like I can't eat any more food. I can't even sit here and make conversation. I have to go home, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I put some of this on in the bathroom. I took some deep breaths. I splashed my face with some cold water. And when I went back to the table, I was okay. So that was probably like a 3 to 4 minute window of time. I didn't eat the rest of the night because I was terrified. I was like, if I keep eating, what will happen? But I did get relief and I was able to stay and have conversation and just enjoy the rest of the night with my friends, where my thought in the bathroom was like, I know my friends love me and I'm going to go home now, right? So DigestZen, our digestive blend, highly recommend it. I usually roll DigestZen onto my feet every morning. Yeah, so for IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, I would give this a try. Yeah, I'm not making any claims about like, oh my God, it's gonna cure you, but I do not think it would hurt. I know my grandmother thought she had IBS for years, and then it turned out to be colitis. And I guess the symptoms are very similar. So this is DigestZen, our digestive blend. So she thought she had IBS and it was colitis, and I got her to use DigestZen, and now she has it in her purse. It's kind of like her safety, right? Like she'll go out, but she won't go out without her DigestZen. And again, my grandmother's kind of in that same boat as my dad. Like she's not one to be using essential oils. She's one to, you know, immediately call her doctor and say like, I need a new pill for this. But I'm starting to bring some of my family members around, not through being pushy, because I tried that approach for a while, being pushy about like, hey, you know, this is amazing and you have to do this. And I found like if I just lead by example, like, hey, I have this, if you want to try it, let me know. That less pushy approach has really worked for people to say like, okay, I'm curious now. And it might take a week or it may take a month or it may take a year, but I find that if I just keep using them and sharing my experience and the experience that other people have told me about, everyone is like slowly coming around to these natural solutions and more natural alternatives. So hang in there if you have like a loved one or a family member that you're trying to open up their mind to this kind of stuff. It's really cool to see it happen organically. So when you are going on a flight, if we ever go on flights again. Okay, let me go back real quick. So Natasha's asking what's in DigestZen. Okay, in DigestZen, we've got anise, star anise, peppermint, ginger caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel. Yeah. And if you don't like the smell of this one, you can just roll it onto the bottoms of your feet and then pop on your socks and you won't have to smell it. They also make it in a soft gel, which is a vegetarian capsule that you can just take and swallow. And that way, if you don't like the smell, you won't have to smell it at all. And those are great to have with you on the go too. Kind of like you would pop like an Alka-Seltzer into your water. You can pop a DigestZen into your mouth. All right, and then talking about deep relaxation on a long flight, just in case we ever go on long flights. I don't know if anybody has one planned, but I'm already like itching to go on a plane and go really, really far away, just because, you know, I haven't done that in a while now. We are going to use vetiver essential oil or Serenity, our restful blend. So this will help with deep relaxation on long flights. So vetiver is one of my very favorite oils. It is created from the root of the vetiver tree. And when it comes out of the bottle, it's really thick. It's like a drop of honey that's like almost solidified, but not quite. So vetiver has been referred to as liquid Valium. I hope that doesn't offend anyone, but just a little name for it. And I love this one. I will take this one at night and rub it onto my throat and my neck and then through my hair. Usually about 2 drops. It's so, so, so relaxing. I highly recommend trying vetiver. The other one I don't think I grabbed is Serenity. Serenity is our restful blend. They make Serenity in the 15 milliliter bottle. They make Serenity in the soft gels, so you could take one at night. And I've had some people that have trouble sleeping, trouble falling asleep, have some success with taking the Serenity soft gel at night while simultaneously diffusing Serenity in the bedroom. So I know Serenity has chamomile, it has lavender, it has vetiver, it has vanilla. Probably has 1 or 2 more in it that I'm not recalling right now, but I know that's like the main oils that are in that blend. And doTERRA even makes a little pack where you can buy the Serenity oil and the Serenity soft gels together for a discounted rate because the two work really well together hand in hand. So That's what we're going to use for deep relaxation on long flights, or if you're on a trip for the summer, maybe you're out camping or maybe you're staying at a hotel. If it's a little hard for you to sleep in like a new, different environment, those would be really, really helpful. So I'm going to turn on my light really quick because I'm seeing my color. I'm like a reddish pink right now because of the sunset. All right. I look a little more normal now. Thank you guys for rolling with the candidness of this. Of course, there's part of me that wants to have, like professional lighting and hair and makeup system, but I'm a recovering perfectionist, so I'm letting that shit go. But thank you for letting me just, be me. The last thing I want to talk about here is our picnics, barbecues, and a couple other little fun tips. So we're in the like home stretch of all this here. Thank you all for listening. So we can use lavender oil in our lemonade to make lavender lemonade. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You only need 1 drop. We can use lemon essential oil to clean the grill. You're combining it with Castile soap and vinegar in a spray bottle, and that's an all-natural grill cleaner. So if you have a man in your life that loves his grill, get him to try that and see how it goes. That could be his introduction to essential oils. Add a drop of spearmint essential oil to a glass of sun tea. I also really love spearmint oil in a big mason jar that's filled with a lot of ice and cold water. Spearmint in there is so, so, so refreshing. All of our mints, I think I mentioned, are energizing and uplifting and opening to the airways. So really awesome for a nice hot day. It's obviously going to be really cooling if it's mint. You can create marinades, dry rubs, salad dressings, lots of different things using a variety of oils. Basil, black pepper, cumin, lemon, lime, rosemary, and oregano are all great options. So I just grabbed the few that I have that I use. I use rosemary, oregano, fennel. That one's a little dirty. You can't really see that one. My dirty cooking hands on it. And I didn't grab marjoram, but marjoram is another great one that I like to use in cooking as well. So I can hook you guys up with some recipes if you're interested in that. My mentor does food blogging for like a local farm share that she's part of. So we have lots of awesome, great recipes. You can also go on the doTERRA website, which is doterra.com. And if you type in salad dressing or marinade in that search bar, they have an incredible library of blogs with really, really awesome recipes. So definitely utilize that if you want to start using your oils a little more in your summer recipes. You can add lime and cilantro to homemade guacamole. I like to throw in lemon essential oil in that one too. And then you can use DigestZen to ease an upset stomach if your guac upsets your stomach, right? I'm going to take a drink here. So another random thing, you can repel ants and spiders with peppermint oil. So we know that in the summertime, ants and spiders are obviously a lot more around and seen. You can do a couple different things. If they're outside, you can take a couple cotton balls, put some drops of peppermint on those cotton balls and just place them around wherever you see those ants and spiders coming from. You can also make the spray bottle with water. Maybe you've already got it in your fridge and you're using it to cool yourself down. And then you bring it outside and you spray it onto the ground on your patio or onto your like couch cushions on your outdoor furniture. Ants and spiders do not like peppermint oil. Lantern flies. I would try it with the lantern flies. I would try the peppermint oil and I would try the TerraShield and see if you have any success getting those pesky lantern flies to get out of here with that. All right, let's see. So the recipes I'm gonna send you guys. I want to honor our time and make sure we end right at 8:30. But just a quick review of the recipes that I'll be sending you here. I'm gonna send you a sunburn relief spray, a foot soak, a boo-boo spray. So that's if you have like any type of cut or scrape, tick repellent in case anyone is interested in making their own, a bug spray, a bug bite soother, a tranquil travel roller. So just to have everyone in the car like feeling peaceful and calm for the ride. and an itch relief spray. So if you get any type of poison, this will help with that. There's a recipe for an all-natural hair detangler that I love. It's got lavender and rosemary in it, which are great for our hair health. And then the cooling spritzer is the really simple recipe I shared in the beginning of distilled water and peppermint oil. So I'm going to make sure to send all of you gals that recipe. If I don't already have your email address, just put it into the chat at the bottom and I'll send out this packet tomorrow. And then I know that one of you was asking about purchasing. So if anyone is not already a member of my team, there are 2 ways to purchase retail. And how we purchase retail is, one, we pick a customized kit that doTERRA has already put together for us, and that makes us a wholesale member. Wholesale members get 25% off for 1 whole year, and there's not any other obligation besides that one enrollment purchase. Now, if you decide to enroll at the end of that 365 days, you get, doTERRA asks you, like when you go to place your order and that year membership is up, they'll say, hey, it's time to renew your membership. If you say yes, it's $25 per year to renew your membership. And as a thank you, they send you a free bottle of peppermint oil. Right? So that's one way. There's a lot of different enrollment kits, Carol. So the prices vary for the enrollment kits, anywhere from like $100 or $125 upwards of like a few thousand, which is more if someone is interested in starting an essential oil business. That's when they purchase those larger kits. So I'll be sending you a PDF that has all the different enrollment kits in it. And I'll highlight the ones for you that have a lot of the oils in them that we just talked about. The other cool thing about when you enroll with one of those kits is that you can get the kits, but you can add in a couple oils. So let's say the kit is already put together the way you want it, the price is right, you're ready to go, but it doesn't have ginger, and you really wanted ginger essential oil, or you really had your heart set on the ginger throat drops. You can add them to that first initial order, and you're gonna get the 25% off that right away. The other thing people do less frequently, but sometimes, is we customize your first order. Let's say none of the kits fit your needs and none of the kits fit your budget. That's cool too. You can pay $35 and that'll be how we set you up for a customized order where you and I could talk on the phone for a few minutes. You could tell me what you need and we could kind of put items in your cart one by one, and you can do the membership that way as well. So there's those 2 ways. And when you become a member of my team, you know, it's just a nice community of women. We're sharing with each other the way you guys are all like putting questions in the chat, putting thoughts in the chat about what works for you, what doesn't, what your experience has been. And my commitment, what I've been working on, is having these classes regularly again. So I was doing them in my home, then I kind of got out of the routine. It was so much fun. And now that things are happening a little more online, I thought, what a great way to start getting us back together. My plan is either every 2 weeks or every month, and I'm gonna kind of play that by ear to see how attendance goes. Like right now, there's 4 of us on the call, and then me makes 5, and I'm pretty happy about that. Last week, I think, last 2 weeks ago, we had like 10. So if it kind of stays in that range, I'm gonna do it every 2 weeks. If it drops off and it just gets to be a little quieter, we'll do it once a month. I know everyone has busy schedules. So let me just see here. We're doing okay on time. I'm gonna shut off the recording. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Let me shut off the recording and we'll go from there.